Well, good evening, good evening. Greetings and blessings to all the pro wrestling fans out there of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, we got some tournaments to talk about in this video. So we're going to focus on two. First off, I'm going to go over the current standings of the Ice Cross Infinity Championship Tournament. They had another set of matches as of June 1st, and it is coming down to the wire with the group matches. So I'm going to give an update on the standings for that, and then gonna switch over to the New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of the Super Juniors 31 tournament. Excuse me. All of the block matches for that tournament have concluded, and we now know who the final four are as they get geared up for the semifinals, which I believe the semifinals will take place this upcoming Monday, June 3rd, if I remember correctly. So, gonna go over the block standings for that. Sound good? So, let's start off with Ice Ribbon, and let's take a look at these current standings of the Ice Cross Infinity Championship Tournament. Let's get right into it. All right, we are going to start with Group A. Okay, Group A. Sitting at the bottom with only 1 point on a record of 0-3-1 is Arisa Shinose, who had the no wins, 3 losses to Hamuko Hoshi, Kyuri, and Misa Kagura, and the 1 draw with Tsukasa Fujimoto. She has completed all of her matches, but unfortunately, she is mathematically eliminated. Okay? We have 2 ladies right now sitting at 3 points apiece, which are Misa Kagura and Tsukasa Fujimoto. So let's take a look at Misa Kagura. She finished all of her matches. She has a final record of 1-2-1 with 3 points. She had the 1 victory over Arisa Shinose, 2 losses to Hamuko Hoshi and Tsukasa Fujimoto, and then the 1 draw with Kyuri. Unfortunately, she is mathematically eliminated from this tournament with only 3 points. And then Tsukasa Fujimoto, 3 points on a record of 1-0-1. So she had the 1 victory over Misa Kagura and the 1 draw with Arisa Shinose. She has 2 matches remaining on June 8th and the 9th against Kyuri and Hamuko Hoshi. So she is very much still in this tournament, and she has a chance. Yes, she has the chance to get as high as 7 points. So we'll see how that goes, but she's got to win 2 straight. But you know, she's got 2 matches left, so she definitely still has an opportunity. Okay, we have 1 competitor right now with a record of 2-1, 4 points, and that is Hamuko Hoshi. Hamuko Hoshi. She has 2 victories over Misa Kagura and Arisa Shinose, and the 1 loss to Kyuri. She has 1 match left, which is against Tsukasa Fujimoto on June 9th, and she definitely needs a victory or at least a tie to still have a shot. Preferably a victory, because a victory would give her 6 points. But she definitely cannot afford a loss. And, you know, a tie, well, actually, no. A tie wouldn't help. Yes, so she needs a victory. She definitely needs a victory, because I forgot she lost to Curie. So she definitely needs to win this last match in order to give her a shot. And then sitting at the top of Group A on a record of 2-0-1 with 5 points is Curie. She has the 2 victories over Hamuko Hoshi and Arisa Shinose, and the 1 draw with Misa Kagura. And then her final match will be against Tsukasa Fujimoto on June 8th. Now, she might be in the lead right now, but it's not a comfortable lead. It is definitely not a comfortable lead. Her best bet is to... Honestly, all she has to do is win, and she's in. She... You know, the ball is in her court. If she can defeat Tsukasa Fujimoto, she will automatically win Group A, because she'll have 7 points. Because her and Tsukasa Fujimoto are the only 2 competitors that can get 7 points. But being that Tsukasa Fujimoto has 2 matches left and Curie has 1 match left, all Curie has to do is win her final match, 7 points, bam, she's in. And it's against Tsukasa Fujimoto. Tsukasa has to win both of her matches in order to get 7 points. One of those matches against Curie. So, Curie is in the best position she can be in. But like I said, it's not a comfortable lead, because she could easily lose, and then Hamuko Hoshi still has a chance, and Tsukasa Fujimoto still has a chance. So, but she can wrap up Group A by defeating Tsukasa Fujimoto. That's all she has to do. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But June 8th and 9th will be the final block matches. Or group matches. So we'll see what happens there. Alright. Let's switch over to Group B. Okay, Group B. This one's also a lot more clearly come down to the wire, because there's really only 2 ladies left that can win this, that can make it out of this group. But anyway, let's go over it. Sitting at the bottom with a record of 0-2-1 with 1 point is Asuka Fujitaki. She has no wins, 2 losses to Yuna Manase and Seran, and the 1 draw with Yappy. Now, even though she does have 1 match left on June 8th against Yuri, she is mathematically eliminated. Okay? We got 2 competitors tied at 3 points apiece, which were Yappy and Seran. Seran, actually no, let's do Yappy first. Yappy finished all her matches with a final record of 0-1-3. So no wins, a loss to Yuri, and 3 draws with Yuna Manase, Seran, and Asuka Fujitaki. Ooh, she couldn't get not a single win in this tournament. It's kind of a bummer. Yikes. Oh well. But yeah, she's mathematically eliminated as well. And then Seran, she finished all of her matches. Her final record is 1-2-1 with 3 points. She had the 1 victory over Asuka Fujitaki, 2 losses to Yuri and Yuna Manase, and the 1 draw with Yappy. Well, at least she won 1 match. That's all I can say. But she's mathematically eliminated. Okay. Sitting in second place right now with 4 points on a record of 2-0 is Yuri. She has the 2 victories over Yappy and Seran. And she has 2 matches left on June 8th and 9th. June 8th against Asuka Fujitaki and June 9th against Yuna Manase. And then sitting at the top right now with 5 points on a record of 2-0-1 is Yuna Manase. She has the 2 victories over Seran and Asuka Fujitaki and the 1 draw with Yappy. She has 1 match left against Yuri. So, interesting scenario here. Yuna Manase and Yuri are the only 2 left that have a shot at winning Group B. Here's the thing. Yuri has 2 matches left. Yuna Manase only has 1 match left. Now, if Yuri, well, of course, if she can win her final 2 matches, she's in by default because she'll be the only one undefeated with a straight 4-0 record, which is 8 points. You know, nobody else can get 8 points but her. So, if Yuri can win out her final 2 matches, then she's in. So, that's really the best way that she can walk out of here and move on to the finals. I mean, she could probably afford a loss, but you don't want to chance it. You don't want to chance it. Yuna Manase, she'll need to win her final match, which of course is against Yuri. So, to be honest, I mean, I have a feeling that Yuri is going to beat Asuka Fujitaki. I just have that feeling. But it might get very interesting. It might get very interesting if Asuka Fujitaki can get the upset on Yuri. Then that means it will come down to Yuna Manase and Yuri. Then pretty much whoever wins that match pretty much will advance. And the thing is, if it comes down to that scenario, then then Yuri has to win. She can't tie, because even with a tie, Yuna will still get 1 point. And because she's a point ahead of Yuri, she will end up winning out. She will end up winning. So, Group B has a very interesting scenario. But Yuna Manase, if she can get a little bit of help and perhaps Asuka Fujitaki can get the upset over Yuri, and then Yuna wins her match, then she's in. But if Yuri can win her final 2 matches, then, you know, she's in. But say she does take a loss to Asuka Fujitaki, then she definitely has to defeat Yuna Manase. So, very interesting scenario. As far as Group A, so we know that Hamuko Hoshi, Group A, she has to win her final match against Tsukasa Fujimoto. That's the only chance she has. And like I said, Curie, she wins her final match on June 8th, and she's in. All she has to do is win, and she's in. And Tsukasa Fujimoto, I mean, I know she has 2 matches left, so she still has an opportunity. And even if she drops, well, actually, no, because her match on June 8th is against Curie. Oh, so actually, yeah, I need to switch this to orange because if she loses to Curie, then Curie's in. Yeah, so she's actually in danger because her next match is on June 8th against Curie. Yeah, so she's actually in danger. She needs to win that match. Yeah, she needs to win that match. Here, let me save it. But yeah, this got even more interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much what the scenarios are looking like. But who do I think is going to make it out of Group A? To be honest, I mean, with Tsukasa Fujimoto returning not too long ago, I don't know. Something tells me that she's going to win her final two matches and she's going to get in. Because, I don't know. I mean, I know Curie had the upset on Hamuko Hoshi, which is fine. But I don't see Curie beating Tsukasa Fujimoto. I just don't. I can't see that happening. Now, I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. But I don't know, y'all. I can't see Curie beating Tsukasa Fujimoto. But yeah, I got a feeling Tsukasa's going to win her final two matches. And I think she's going to win Group A. Because I'll be pretty shocked if Curie wins Group A. I'll be very shocked. And Hamuko Hoshi, I still think she has a chance. I mean, after all, she's had the title shot before. I mean, she won. Don't forget, she won the Ribbon 1 tournament earlier this year to earn a shot against Ibuki Hoshi before she left on maternity leave. So, but yeah, my pick is Tsukasa Fujimoto. I think she's going to win her final two matches. Should be good, though. And then going back to Group B. Let's go back to Group B for a second. To be honest, I mean, we know it's going to come down to Yuri and Yuna Manase. Maybe Asuka Fujitaki gets an upset over Yuri. And then that makes it really interesting. But I don't know. Something tells me Yuna Manase is probably going to win Group B. I mean, I know Yuri is a former Ice Cross Infinity champion, but I just got a feeling that it's going to be Yuna Manase. So you know what? I'm going to say Yuna Manase versus Tsukasa Fujimoto will be the finals. That's what I think. I think that'll be the finals. I think that's going to be a good match. But we'll see what happens come June 8th and 9th. Those are the final group matches for both groups. So we'll see what happens there. But it's coming down to the wire, most definitely. Alrighty. Before we switch to the Best Super Juniors 31, here's a quick word on the sponsor of this video, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akidiris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of the Super Juniors 31 block matches have been fully completed, and we now know who the final four are and will advance to the semis tomorrow, Monday, June 3rd. And I have to say, it's an interesting Final Four, but I got a feeling I know who's gonna end up winning this tournament. But let's dive right in and look at these results of these block matches, and let's see who the final four are. Let's start with Block A. Here we go. Okay. Block A. Let's not waste any time. So, sitting at the bottom, finishing with 6 points on a record of 3-6, is TMDK's Kosei Fujita. Kosei Fujita, 3-6, had victories over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Clark Connors, and Blake Christian, but losses to Hayata, TJP, Teton, Bushi, Kevin Knight, and El Desperado. You know, it seemed like he was starting to get a groove somewhat in this tournament, but just couldn't put together a big streak of victories. But gave a valiant effort. I mean, I think his biggest win was definitely over Blake Christian, because Blake Christian was on a roll, and he beat him. So, not only that, beat Clark Connors. I mean, Clark Connors is a IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champ. So, I mean, hey, those are big wins. But took too many losses. But Kosei Fujita finishes 3-6. 6 points. Okay, we had 4 competitors that finished with 8 points on final records of 4-5. They are Kevin Knight, Bushi, Clark Connors, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. So let's look at Yoshinobu Kanemaru first. So his 4 victories were over Clark Connors, TJP, Teton, and Kevin Knight. His 5 losses were to El Desperado, Bushi, Kosei Fujita, Blake Christian, and Hayata. All right, Clark Connors. Like I said, one half of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champs. His 4 wins were over Hayata, TJP, Teton, and Bushi. But his 5 losses were to El Desperado, Kevin Knight, Kosei Fujita, Blake Christian, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Okay. Bushi. His 4 victories were over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Kosei Fujita, TJP, and Kevin Knight. His 5 losses were to El Desperado, Teton, Blake Christian, Clark Connors, and Hayata. And then finally, Kevin Knight. The last 4 and 5, 8 points. His 4 victories were over Clark Connors, Kosei Fujita, TJP, and El Desperado. His 5 losses were to Bushi, Teton, Blake Christian, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Hayata. I have to say, Bushi had a much stronger showing than I thought he was going to have. I mean, he almost got 10 points. I was actually very impressed. And, Bushi, one of the many that beat TJP, and he beat Kevin Knight. I thought those were 2 big victories for him. Kevin Knight beating El Desperado was huge, very huge. Also beating TJP, beating Clark Connors as well. Kevin Knight had some solid victories. Clark Connors beating Hayata, TJP, Teton. Him beating Teton. Remember, Teton was a finalist last year. So that was a pretty big victory for Clark Connors. Yoshinobu Kanemaru also beat Teton, beat TJP, Clark Connors. I mean, they got a couple of big wins. Okay. We have 4 competitors that finished with 10 points total, with records of 5 and 4. They are Teton, TJP, Blake Christian, and Hayata. So let's take a look at Hayata. Hayata. His 5 wins were over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Blake Christian, Kosei Fujita, Bushi, and Kevin Knight. His 4 losses were to El Desperado, Teton, TJP, and Clark Connors. So, him, one of the Pro Wrestling Noah special guests, had a good run. Finished with 10 points. Not bad at all. Not bad. All right, let's look at Blake Christian. Blake Christian had victories over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Clark Connors, Teton, Bushi, and Kevin Knight. But he had losses to El Desperado, TJP, Kosei Fujita, and Hayata. And like I said, Blake Christian was on a roll, but then he took some pretty bad losses, especially to Hayata and even losing to Kosei Fujita. That was those 2 losses were pretty rough. But had a good tournament. Had a really good tournament. I would love to see Blake Christian get another crack at this tournament next year. All right, Teton. Teton's victories, his 5 victories were over Hayata, Kosei Fujita, Bushi, Kevin Knight, and El Desperado. So, good string of victories there. His 4 losses were to TJP, Blake Christian, Clark Connors, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. So, still a strong showing from Teton, one of last year's finalists. And then we had TJP, who ended up being the number 2 seed to punch his ticket to the Final Four. That's right, TJP with a big big surging comeback in this tournament, who once went down 0-4 and made the biggest comeback to win 5 straight to qualify for the Final Four. His 5 wins were over Hayata, Blake Christian, Kosei Fujita, Teton, and El Desperado. 5 really big wins. And his 4 losses were to Kevin Knight, Bushi, Clark Connors, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Those are pretty rough losses. And he lost 4 in a row. But, man, what a big comeback for the captain of United Empire. I really enjoyed the promos he had been doing, especially him being able to get the big win over somebody who has beaten him nonstop, which was Teton. And he finally got a singles win over Teton in this tournament. That was huge. That was really, really huge. And I think that pretty much knocked Teton out. I think that was the knockout blow to Teton. And then not only that, he defeated El Desperado as well. So, even though TJP is the number 2 seed, TJP is making a strong argument to win this tournament. A really strong argument. But we'll see. But he clinches the number 2 seed from the Block A. And clinching the number 1 seed of Block A, finishing at the top with a final record of 6-3, 12 points, is El Desperado. His 6 victories were over Hayata, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Clark Connors, Blake Christian, Kosei Fujita, and Bushi. And his 3 losses were to Kevin Knight, Teton, and TJP. So, finishes strong out of Block A and clinches the number 1 seed. So there you have it. Advancing to the Final Four out of the Block A is number 2 seed TJP and number 1 seed El Desperado. Congratulations to those 2, and we will see how they do tomorrow in the semifinals. All right, let's go to Block B. Okay, Block B. So, finishing at the bottom with an abysmal 1-8 record with only 2 points is Dragon Dia. But he ended up getting the biggest win, the biggest upset win in this tournament. The one win he got was over the legendary Kushida, who is known as one of the greats, one of the Super Junior greats in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And Dragon Dia was able to defeat him. His one win in this whole tournament was over Kushida. So, he got the upset win of the tournament. Plain and simple as that. But yeah, the one win over Kushida and 8 losses to Hiromu Takahashi, Doki, Francesco Akira, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, Drilla Maloney, Sho, and Ninja Mac. But hey, I'm just happy that he was able to walk out of here with at least 1 victory. So nobody finished with 0 points in this tournament. So that's good. That's good. Okay, we had one competitor who finished with a final record of 2-7 with 4 points, unfortunately having to forfeit his remaining matches due to injury, and that's United Empire's Francesco Akira. So the 2 wins he got were over Taiji Ishimori and Dragon Dia. The losses he suffered were from Kushida, Drilla Maloney, and Ninja Mac, and unfortunately had to forfeit matches against Sho, Robbie Eagles, Doki, and Hiromu Takahashi. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery, but there's going to be that wonder in the back of our minds. If he wasn't injured, how would he have done in this tournament? Well, I definitely think he would have done better than 2-7. That's for sure. I think he probably, I don't know, he might have finished with at least 8 to 10 points. One of my friends, shout out to Virtual Kazama, he actually picked him to win this tournament. So, pretty bold prediction, but not a bad one. Not a bad one. It's just unfortunately his tournament ended early due to injury. Okay. We had 2 competitors that finished with 8 points on final records of 4-5, which were Kushida and Ninja Mac. Let's take a look at Ninja Mac. I was rooting pretty hard for Ninja Mac. I knew he wasn't going to win the tournament, but I was hoping he would at least finish with 10 points. Came close, but His 4 victories were over Dragon Dia, Robbie Eagles, Francesco Akira, and Kushida. So, a couple of big wins there. But his 5 losses were to Hiromu Takahashi, Doki, Taiji Ishimori, Drilla Maloney, and Sho, which I did not like the way he lost to Sho, which was a bunch of crap. But it is what it is. I was just really happy to see that Ninja Mac got a chance to compete in this tournament. And I hope he gets another crack at it next year. I would love to see Ninja Mac in this tournament again. But yeah, shout out to Ninja Mac. It looks like the crowd really enjoyed Ninja Mac. I liked how he interacted with the crowd. So, yeah, I'm just happy that he got the opportunity to compete in this tournament. And then Kushida, same record, 4-5. Victories over Sho, Taiji Ishimori, Francesco Akira, and Hiromu Takahashi. So he had 4 pretty big wins there. But losses to Doki, Robbie Eagles, Drilla Maloney, Dragon Dia, and Ninja Mac. So Kushida started off on a roll, but then just fell apart. But Kushida, he's won one of these before, so I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, we have 3 competitors that finished with 10 points total, with 5-4 records. They are Robbie Eagles, Drilla Maloney, and Sho. Let's take a look at Sho, which I am so glad he did not make it out of this block. Sho's 5 victories were over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Drilla Maloney, Doki, and he had the forfeit over Francesco Akira. His losses were to Kushida, Hiromu Takahashi, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori. But I'm just really glad that he didn't win out of this block. He didn't make top 2, so I'm just really happy about that. Excuse me. Let's see. Drilla Maloney. His 5 victories were over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Francesco Akira, Doki, and Kushida. So Drilla Maloney had some big victories. But his 4 losses were to Hiromu Takahashi, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho. So not a bad showing for Drilla Maloney. Of course, the other half of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. And then Robbie Eagles. Robbie. Oi, oi, oi. Robbie. Oi, oi, oi. Robbie, oi, Robbie, oi, Robbie. Oi, oi, oi. Sorry, I had to get that in. His 5 victories. Dragon Dia. Show. Drilla Maloney. Kushida. And the forfeit victory over Francesco Akira. His 4 losses were to Hiromu Takahashi, Doki, Taiji Ishimori, and Ninja Mac. So Robbie Eagles had a pretty good showing in this tournament. Had some big victories. Okay. We had 2 competitors that finished with 12 points. 6-3 records, which were Hiromu Takahashi and Doki. Let's take a look at Hiromu Takahashi. His 6 victories were over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Sho, Drilla Maloney, Robbie Eagles, and he had the forfeit victory over Francesco Akira. His 3 losses were to Kushida, Doki, and Taiji Ishimori. And they were 3 big losses because guess what? He got knocked out of contention. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We know for sure now Hiromu Takahashi has no way of winning this tournament. Hiromu Takahashi, don't forget, this is somebody that once won 3 straight Best of Super Juniors tournaments. 3 straight. And he will not be going to the Final 4 this time around. So, as much as I love Hiromu Takahashi, I am glad he is not in the Final 4. I just got to keep it real. But, securing the number 2 seed, which I think this was kind of unexpected because I did not pick this competitor to make the Final 4. But you know what? I'm actually curious to see how he does. And that's Doki. That's right. Securing the number 2 seed of Block B is Doki. So, Doki's 6 victories were over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Robbie Eagles, Hiromu Takahashi, Kushida, and the forfeit victory over Francesco Akira. So he got a good load of big victories. His 3 losses were to Taiji Ishimori, Drilla Maloney, and Sho. But yeah, congrats to Doki on making the Final 4. Did not expect that. But I'm looking forward to seeing how he will do. And then, sitting at the top of Block B, securing the number 1 seed with the best overall record of the tournament, 14 points on a 7-2 final record, is Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori. That's right, 7 victories over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Sho, Drilla Maloney, Robbie Eagles, Doki, and Hiromu Takahashi. And his only 2 losses were to Kushida and Francesco Akira. So a solid tournament for Taiji Ishimori, wrapping it up in impressive fashion and securing the number 1 seed. So, there you have it for Block B. Your 2 competitors going to the Final 4. Doki at the number 2 seed, and Taiji Ishimori at the number 1 seed. Okay, so the semifinal matchups will be the number 1 seed of Block A, which is El Desperado, will take on the number 2 seed of Block B, which is Doki. So, El Desperado versus Doki. I think it'll be a really, really good match, but I'm going to say El Desperado defeats Doki. I think El Desperado will punch his ticket to the finals of the Best of Super Juniors tournament. And then the other semifinal matchup, we have the number 1 seed of Block B, which is Taiji Ishimori, taking on the number 2 seed of Block A, which is TJP. To be honest with you, TJP might pull off the upset over Taiji Ishimori. He might actually pull off the upset. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. Number 1, I definitely think El Desperado will be in the finals. I think for sure he'll be in the finals. I don't see Doki beating El Desperado. But here's what's interesting, though. Here's what's interesting. If Taiji Ishimori beats TJP to go to the finals, then I think El Desperado wins the tournament. And, you know, he was originally kind of my number 1 pick to win this tournament. But I think if TJP upsets Taiji Ishimori, I think he's going to go on to win the tournament. I do. I do. I think if TJP upsets Taiji Ishimori, I think he's going to end up winning the tournament. That would be pretty wild if TJP won the Best of Super Juniors tournament. I think it'd be pretty wild. I mean, we'll see what happens. And of course, you know, the winner of this tournament will go on to challenge the champion himself, which is Sho. But either way, I could see either Desperado or TJP dethroning Sho. Because honestly, I think Sho has been a trash IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, but that's just me. But to be honest, y'all, I think either El Desperado or TJP is going to win this tournament. I think this is going to be a great semifinals and finals. I've enjoyed this tournament from start to finish. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the semifinals go. And now the finals will take place at Dominion at Osaka-jo Hall on June 9th. So, got a lot to look forward to there. But yeah, I'm thinking Despy or TJP wins this tournament. That's my prediction. But that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty. And let me know y'all's thoughts. First off, let me know y'all's thoughts on the current standings of the Ice Cross Infinity Championship Tournament. Excuse me. Who do y'all think is going to win out of their groups and compete in the finals for the vacant championship, Ice Cross Infinity Championship? And then let me know y'all's thoughts on the Best of Super Juniors 31. What did y'all think of all the block matches? What do you think of the semifinal matchups? And who do you ultimately think is going to win this tournament? Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope y'all have a blessed week, June is here. Let's make our way into the summer and enjoy it. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.